Today, I'm going to be talking about the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This book is a classic personal finance book that has helped millions of people achieve financial freedom. Hello, book lovers. Welcome to my channel Bookish Treasures. I recently listened to the audiobook of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I found it to be a very insightful and engaging listen. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick summary of the book's key themes and takeaways. Jal Chapter 1. Most of us. Father Cantor grows up and learns from him. But mostly Robert Kiyosaki against us. Our two fathers are a little different, Sikandar. We grew up as our own father James. Call your favorite and others call theirs. Friends, your father, the farmers who need a lot. He spends his time in 1995 in his wrist says his opponents are too many. He was educated, had a PhD and then scholarship advanced studies also when China. The President of India ever passed economic benefits. Both dates were not very important in my career. Was successful but with his ward. Always had problems with money. While his dad is the richest man in town. The board is located before he died. While there are few bills for the family. President gave millions for his family. After a few dollars, both of them think like this a lot. Was different like the product used to say that with money. Love is the root of all evil, whereas research used to say that not having money is all bad. Wanted to do work but wanted to study. Do get a degree and find a good job while. Date used to say that you should study so that you can move ahead. Go and have a good company, brother. That date used to focus on doing jobs while rest. Why were you wondering how to give jobs to others? His son can and always said that. I could leave now because the date is always on my. After calling you, their financial condition was. Even if the dream is absolutely bad. Used to call you Richie sometime, that's for sure. He is less than anyone else. The reason for this is that as we think, so is our life. It happens that both of them were respected a lot but used to study different things and do a good job. And others studied to become rich. Say I can't, don't, can. I was wondering how I could do this. Believe that your mind to become rich. You must be sharp, and to have a sharp mind you must. What will happen to your brain as much as your brain? Only you will move faster than you can. Something to solve a problem. If you think of ideas, then everyone's brain is muscles. You are strong when you say that He used to say that he cannot do the airport. Your mind shuts down and something will not think to sharpen his mind. Use your mind as much as you can. Robots can become rich in very short time. Were and could not understand that both of them. From whom did the father hear that the problem was this? That reduction was not work out, just his thinking. He was different from understanding. He understood everything differently. And that's why he became so rich. I like the schools we have built. Dr. Gower makes a banker, but it is not taught in school that Amir. Children's houses about how they are made. 20 people are shown since childhood. Give education to your children about this, which the third also learned from his wrist. And today you will also learn the summary of. Remember, if there is something more than money, the important thing is knowledge. You will know how to make money. If you can, then this thing will be very useful for you. Money is a thing that comes and goes, but knowledge. You will always have it, so let's start. Chapter 2. Proper to become rich since childhood. I was very fond of and studied in a school, and spent a lot of time together. Asked that he, not because the school teacher told about it then. Both of them have knowledge and money again. About this, asked my father why he was sleeping. Said it was his and my father's and the bank's. Highly praised, he believes that Fr. I will be rich in some time. Decide. We will learn from Lenge how to become a mother. Father James Rothman and the third say that. Was very busy, and these were some warehouses. There were some trucks, there was a construction company, and there were 3 restaurants, and they didn't have that much time. But still he got it from Robert. Got grease to meet when Robot Mama. When you go to BK's house, wait for both of them a little. And then when finally it's MLA. The offer given to him by the tourist name was this, which said that they were taught in classroom style. Proper mic will not work for them. We'll have to go to their store and change that. Hours of dead game and ribbon will teach props. Accept Mike's offer and then every. Work at Saturday Brigade store. Robot boys used to go there and do cleaning etc. This bread continued for many days. This is what they did, raw test after 4 weeks. We're tired of the routine because neither. The company got very good money and Rich Dad was teaching them something. He took 4 weeks to see the results. If there was no problem, I would have come in handy. This was a sign that Mike started laughing and seeing this, Proper got angry. Angry Mike asked why he laughed. I have been saying that his father from the beginning knew about it and told Reset My that Robert will leave work and when he does so, if you do, bring micro-butt to them. Couldn't understand why this. Why was the letter done so unnecessarily? Made so much work and did not even teach anything and the real power date was also very angry. I was in and told the robot that the work. Leave it. On Saturday Robert got the results again and this time he was very angry. The result was I worked for you. You spent so much time for this in baseball games. I worked hard and got nothing in return for myself. Not taught yet, just greedy like others. Ho robot, take out all your anger on your wrist. Gave an arrest, said Robert is mine. You are arguing like workers again. Robert said that raising money is a different matter. But this damn didn't even teach them anything. So in his reply the date said that he teaching Nate and Mike from day one. Robert was surprised and said, when did you teach us? You don't even talk to us. The president said that Robert wanted to teach. It doesn't just mean that if you share a like, I will bring you into my life. Experience has given me some proper understanding. Couldn't figure out what Reset was talking about. Which experiences have taught you what? The robot says clearly from its wrist. What did I do by working at the store? You have taught me, you have increased my money, you have taught me. Otherwise I will leave this work. Dad said, look, most people do this because it seems that with the arrival of more money there, we will solve the problem a little. You too must be confused as to why did you get the work done at this drop store? Robert Koch wanted to show the basics. Here we are telling this network that. Why do most people stay on that? What mistake do most make in this report? The big difference is that all the people, while life works for money, why don't people race for money? Money works for them and to skin. For this I will give you only a sample further. How Robot Mike applied this garlic. Did people wanted to tell Reset My that the police, what do they do and that's why Polo has worked at the store all his life. And work for and then say, they feel that they need more salary, that their problem can be solved by higher salary. It will happen but it does not happen and it's revision. I tell you, let's say 3. There are brothers who are newly married and now you see everyone lives in the same area. If they go, their expenses should be as much as, because everyone lives in one area and only your return on all 3. There is responsibility, but is China responsible? The amount of money you spend per month. Not at all. From the teams, which brother is the most? Must be earning. Why are their chances brother may also spend more and the one who spends the least? He will be earning and will be spending the least. While there is as much as is needed but still all. You spend as per your convenience. Tell me what if your income is doubled? You will not increase your expenses, you will definitely increase them. Now Chody will go to a bigger restaurant. Instead of going to the market, you will go to big malls. Distraught was just trying to explain that all people get trapped in this trap. First got some work done by state name robot. He wanted to know that all the straw people. What do you do with life after this? Robert Taurus talked about increasing its penetration. Guide name told him about the race that's the life that I just told you about. Told me, I mean with my Seth G. Now you might be thinking about the increase in expenses. What it's saying is that it's obvious that if salary increases then problems will reduce. We will be able to meet our expenses comfortably. Schools will pay electricity bills on time. Grind it like this in the beginning. You will feel that all the salary increases. Problems are decreasing but for some time. Now I will face the same problem again. Let me explain to you pimples that practice. Have individuals back from growing Avery. Mango will not solve your problem. There is a demanding family in which husband, wife, and now 2 children live with normal husband. He does a job, his children go to school, he boils. Husband works day promotion. It happens and the salary increases, this is happiness. Ma'am, he should bring some jewelry to his wife. And by bringing kids PlayStation. Gives from PlayStation every month. Electricity bill increases in addition. After that you demand that in the house like this. Also engaged in which Ujmer runs with all its might. Spends it and gives it away after installing AC. Due to this, the related bill increases further. Again, the husband did not come where he was before, and was barely making ends meet. After a few years, he started his company, ma'am, and due to this, the skin of the cheese increased a lot, and then children finished school and went to inter-college. Now the time for admission has come, he thought that his children study in a good college, and he got admission in an expensive college. We had to increase children's pocket money. More because life is like this with Delhi. This is why our expenses keep increasing. You say race first because of fear. Do the work you fear. If you don't work, don't go to office. You won't be able to handle the expenses once you have them in your hands. You get income and then give you new things. Like new clothes, eating out, going to the mall. Hila keeps going on like this, it's not like that anymore. You will definitely benefit from increasing your salary. There will be benefit, but the benefit will be at the same time. Will happen when we just share the additional income and then use it in the right place if the symptoms. If you increase your expenses, then you will practice. An actress people ever. Life cannot always be full of tension. You will be wondering what this. It was discussed that rich people do not buy new houses. Don't drive cars, drive at all, and they also spend, but there is a right way. There is a way, there is a right time. About man we will talk in this area. Learn 2 things from chapter 1 race. If your salary is increasing, then you have to escape from the house. If you have dreams, then do not increase your expenses but set them aside. Do the operations in the order you need to do them. I will tell you about the second recent in the next chapter. Rich people don't work for money. Robot brightness works for them. Now you know how to apply garlic. I will tell the child at that time that I will use it. Used to read a lot and Microsoft saw that many distributors are upcoming there. When they became old, they were thrown away. Robot boy names from those distributors. Why do we allow comment boxes? The distributors told him that at the same time. He will give that too if he just know. Do the micro buttons of his shirt and the basement in my mother's house. Opened a library for children there. Had to do it on 10 cents and then 2 hours. Ma'am, he could read as many comic books as he wanted. And Mi's little sister Paisa librarian Har. Did and did not do on billions of dollars. Let me tell you that it was 1956 and the time when Mina automatically opened the profit at that time. Is that case totally worked and this time? They couldn't find anything. Relationship wanted Robert Mike for money. Don't work for him, he is thinking something like this. Make money work for them and he made them work in Rabbit. Didn't have to but still sent it. They were hiring the mic system and he was being paid at these rates. Words money was working for them and I was earning money and giving it away. That's why you also think how money can work for you. How can you invest in the right place? Get an idea, do some research on this. Have you asked someone with experience in which make money work for you? Chapter 3 layer. There was a meeting in 1923. This meeting was, these were the richest phones of the time. To Charles you will find the Distemper Steel Company. The president was the biggest among vegetables. The biggest change is the utility president. The president of the gas company is European when bank president was the richest white. President of the New York Stock Exchange. Apart from this, Fig and Cotton were in the meeting. Tahsil and Albert Fall, all these people. This meeting was the richest man of that time. This was the condition of all of them after 25 years. Charts died and was held. I didn't have a single penny, even my own money, by taking loan in the last 5 years of life. Priest and figure and third cotton, both of them. When he died, he didn't have a single penny. Digit not White and Albert Hall both jail. The pressure was released from and both committed suicide. The question is, what happened to him after all? What happened? This meeting was held on the 19th. 90 had become widespread and many people were with these people. It happened and it made a big difference in my life. Now this is what happened to many people. That happens to a lot of people. They don't have any money. There are people who are feeling, who gets a lot of money, but then there comes a time when their condition will be the same as before. This happens because people focus too much on money. While do you do other things or not on money? Focus on finance registration of descendant. This means that you should know how to spend your money. You should know how to handle it. If you have money but don't have pension registration, then it's clear you don't have much time. Many people will ask how can million urban start? May they all finally be free. Only Atharva tells who finds their relationship. He used to say that those who manage their finances focus on education. This finance, is it a subject of education or not at once? One can remain a seeker of this one's whole life. Become rich by reading money-related books. Learn from people, attend seminars, do it. The subject is not learned by reading, but you will also have to take questions when using the robot. Kia and his friend Mike were young at the same time. Names related to start giving them descendants. One day asked Robert Madrid, "What is the biggest secret of becoming rich?" If yes, then the Jot said to become rich, there is only one cigarette that gives you acid. Different address between liability and should be, and you have to add acid anyway. The subject of finance registration is it's a dip, but it's the principle that gets it. Strat says the biggest secret of that is the most important rule and become rich. There is only one rule if you follow it. If you do, you will get ribbon, you will get such a thing that acid and liability have been added, meaning any something that brings you money, like money. People like you have a house on your rent. Now if you get some current every month, then this acid is liability, meaning something that takes money from you. It seems as if we have installed it in our house. If Reddy's bill increases every month, then this is a liability to many people. Enjoys petting, but digits always made things seem simple and simple. By doing that, robot boy diabetes. If you this definition of such to liberate from account will ask, maybe you get some other answer. But digits dictionary, ma'am, acidity. Work is the simple meaning, so if you want to become rich, then simply add it in your last. If you want to remain poor, then reduce your liabilities. Do it now. You must be wondering, what is this? Why did we feel that people are here? They have cars and luxurious. It doesn't happen at all. We do happen a lot. Let's take a look this time. And Robert Kiyosaki, it is still used in many vehicles today. Are luxurious, but they say that it will take the same time to do what they do this time. They are earning the same action in acid. There are so many acids that they're expansions. But at the same time they have a lot more money increases, and then that shampooed, and this is the time when people complete enter salary after working for a month. Friends who cover the expenses. If the middle class has income, then he fulfills this and the liability this time, whose knowledge increases the expenses. While going to rich look like this, they have more acid in call centers, meaning the rent that comes from their real estate. They get the least stock business from these, comes to meet his expenses and withdraw child income again. This makes you feel more luxurious than you can sit at the same time. Apart from this, when the column you edit increases too much. Saliva chapter name, we learned about rat race. It was talked about that due to their increased people. The problem is not solved because it is solved. It doesn't happen that he gets robbed because of that signal. Buy when you have additional income. So this is how you have to do it this time. Told you in acidity basic definition. Now what is there to talk about here? Depends, like it's mostly real. This is how you buy states and stocks. Do some research on this and use it in your acid column. It is not necessary to start billing. Is smartwatch ever a match between two motorcycles? Doing that would also be impossible for acid. With many options, you have to do some searching. We will have to think something like Robert Varma did. Had opened a hybrid, it was an acid, Hussein. After that he was killed, and that too without any work. Many people think that a job is like, but when there is no acid it happens. Want a place where you can earn money without working. And it also says add whatever you like. Whatever day they are interested, edit it now. You will be able to mash this chapter with both of us. Point things learned first to become rich. Financial education is most important. Topics they don't show you in school. You have to learn by yourself, it's just that. This is all the Jack people learn their whole life. So focus on final education. Second, buy garlic acid to get rich. Ho and buying luxury receiver is more. Marx Adams grows up chapter 4. You must have dreamed of metros in every country. The only branch is this 1974 Mamrak which McDonald's is owned by the university. He had invited me to do his acting. Surrender students were sitting clip in. After completion, students ramped up. If you invited quintals, then they were all there. Went and sat talking for a long time. Asked the remaining students if I had any. Can you tell me what my business is? All the students in question started laughing, and then one said, who doesn't know that you're? If the business is to sell burgers, then focus on that. Where to stay is wrong. My business is to sell burgers. It's not real estate, my business is real estate. Well, we meet each other, but one thing is this. 'Cause we care too much. Friends, this is the location of maintenance. There are many friend charges, and if any, you can add it if you want to make it. Reaction is most important when anyone opens Petronas in any country. So the land was transferred to real estate by McDonald. Talks by name, that's why fights. There is only so much real estate as the entire world. I don't have anyone if a public servant. If you focus on making burgers, then maybe he never become that rich, but he gets his acid column. Status keeps increasing for next 9 news, causing further loss of their acid. This is what the pimp used to teach Robert in his childhood. The third name in the chapter was The Secret of Tamils. What is mind your own business? Mute the acid volume now. This point can discuss in model chapter, but in this chapter you will get information related to the same. We'll take some important questions first. So know this: a person's profession and this both sleep separately. Many people sleep in there. When many consider profession as business, ask people what their business is. If yes, then they say that I am a banker and I am a teacher. I am here, but I don't have any business in the bank. We work, we don't own it. People are fulfilled because they have. There is no acidity or business, it is its own. Work for someone else your whole life, and let's make this question rich then. The government pays tax on this, and friend, they mostly have nothing left. People go to school and college, and who? We fall there and become there if we return. If you are in the loyal medical field, then the professions related to this are not such that you shouldn't do all this, and said, there is a doctor, low banker in every society. Everything is needed, so you have to do this. You should also have some acid of your own. There should be places where you can work without. Focus on your face from the response received from income. Do while the former middle class. Focus on service they want. Because if the salary increases and the rubri also increases, then there is no benefit from this, because take pride in our Spain. Soldier, you will be benefited only if you have national anthem. Same, go do it like this. Phone. Third, one more thing is mentioned here. It is said that whenever if you do something different, then the problem goes away. Once the author needed a loan, both of them applied for loan in bank, but the bankers refused, and only this refused because Peter refused real estate. I had a lot of money invested in shares of banks were liked only by one. So much money from humans, rather real estate. Remember, if you are earning with, if you go, then we will support you, but then your life will become like theirs. You will survive, but if you are better than others, that if you want, you will have to separate from them. He will not support many. Difficulties will come even though family will support you. Don't do it, but there are options for that route, ma'am. I will see you again in the report. Updates from whoever is watching this video. Someone who does a job and earns money. This is an advisory for them, now people. Continue job children hard working. Become a star, but when he has a salary, don't spend all the money, at least from your home. How to save and with this money. Do acid bar also if you have any. There are children, you also taught them about things. It's just about them. Tell me what I have learned during this time. Share with those who are studying people. Is he continuing his studies? If they are in a good profession and have a job, save more, reduce your expenses, and spring sad boy, do this thing as much as you want. We'll understand quickly and apply now. We'll send it soon and read it if we talk about acid. Anything can happen without you having time. Got money for it like it's a business. Sleep can work wherever and whenever. It may not happen and they should continue to meet. This is an example. That was the library gym RO button. Can make statement to many people. It seems that war needs money, but it is true. No, it happens. But you should also read about many properties. Can this? Disgusting anyone can add now. Like investing in school. Used to do, you should like interest. Yes. After completing it, he worked in a very big company for many years. Job, but also used to work for a long time. Used to scrub about them were big in. The difference is that the luxury car pimp. Luxurious end. Now let's talk about our services. Text while race your acid. Citric acid. Visualize your. You don't buy all this with your hard-earned money. Rather, we offer our minds and everyone buys it, but this one is everyone's wife. Also invest in real estate, and he tells that his wife wait 4 years to buy Mercedes and then bought that car. How much do you pay for it? The money taken by his people is all acid addiction. It didn't work, so be patient now. And luxurious talk to your acid corporation. Have to do.